Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting. Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. An affiliate of Direct Impact Broadcasting and Creative Broadcasting, presenting the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, a show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The EmPower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Welcome to EmPower Hour with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore. A little bit about myself. I am a best-selling author with over 18 years of combined experience in education, finance, healthcare, business management and development, owner and founder of EmPower on Purpose, LLC, where we provide leadership training and personal and professional coaching and consulting services. Certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team, and owner of Envisioned Broadcasting radio station. Before I introduce my amazing guest this evening, I would like to announce an upcoming workshop sponsored by EmPower on Purpose. It's almost November, and before you know it, we'll be saying goodbye to 2019 and hello to 2020. Don't wait until 2020 to decide to level up and get focused. Today, you have only 2 chances to get signed up for one of the networking vision board workshops that's being offered the first Sunday in November and in December. The next workshop is November 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. During this workshop, you will learn a proven framework to help you tap into your true desires and dreams, use those desires to set intentional goals, and then outline an achievable plan. Don't keep putting it off, whether you have created a vision board before or if this is your first one. I guarantee that you will enjoy an amazing atmosphere with great vibration, laughter, and fun while you write your visions with power and purpose. To register or to find out more details, please visit www.empoweronpurpose.com or the EmPower on Purpose Eventbrite page. So today's empowerment quote is, "Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending," by Maria Robinson. I love this quote because it helps us understand that our past is always going to be there, and we cannot go back in time and undo the choices that we've made. But you can stop yourself from repeating the past and some of the choices that you've made in the past. You are in control of today and your future. It's so easy to get caught up in your situation or circumstance because sometimes life just keeps, punching us in the face. It's the saying, I think about the saying that says, if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm sure we're all familiar with that saying. I understand all too well of the challenges, struggles, sacrifices that you have to go through and that we face, or you may still be facing. But what I will tell you is that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And the only way to get there is by standing up and taking the step towards what you want. Take that step and start writing how you want your story to end. Create a new ending where you can be, have, and do more. The best thing about creating it is that you are in control of it. But you have to start today. You have to say enough is enough. I refuse to let my story end this way. From this day forward, I will start making smarter decisions so that I can have a better future, and I am willing to make any and all necessary changes to come out victorious. Because when we know better, we do better. So without further delay, I would love to let you guys know who my guest is today. My guest is Cyndi Walter. Cyndi Walter started Synergy, Inc. in May of 2012. Cyndi is a marathon runner, a certified Pilates and group fitness instructor that loves anything to do with health and fitness. She has built a team of over 40,000 clients. She is a ISO Derby Maui earner, top achiever, Spirit of Isogenics Award, Rising Star, top leadership pool earner, championship challenge earner, and Isogenics millionaire. Her favorite award was Top Leader in Action in 2017. Creating leaders is her passion. Her vision is to help as many people as possible achieve better health, help moms stay home with their babies like she was blessed to do, help young people get out of debt, and help lots of people attain financial freedom. Cyndi has been married to her husband Scott for almost 27 years, and they have 4 children, Tyler, Katie, Jenna, and Maddie. Welcome, Cyndi. You're absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to have you on the show today. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm great, and I absolutely love this intro that you gave tonight, and you were talking about me.
Absolutely. Isn't that right? Well, you know, you're absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So I just shared some information as far as your background. If you could just share a little bit more with the listeners about yourself and you know, some more of your background.
Sure. So, you know, I was the person you were talking about, and I made a decision to change my life and change my story. My childhood was anything but fairy tale-like, really difficult upbringing, lots of loss and tragedy, and I just got to a point where I realized that I did have control, like you were saying in the intro. I had control over my present and my future, and so I got to work, and I did what was in my control, and I personally developed myself and educated myself and changed my attitude and my mindset, and just grew in my faith, in my relationships, in every area of my life. And you know, it wasn't until I was able to really overcome and break through all of that till I was really able to find success in life. And so I am such a true believer of what you said at the beginning of your intro, that you know, we do have control, and if we are willing and able to make changes in our lives, it's amazing what we can do. It's such a gift and such a blessing. So yeah, I'm just someone that feels very, very blessed to have gone through what I went through, and I look at every single thing I went through as learning experiences, and it happened for me, not to me, and I've grown from it all. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at.
Absolutely. I love that. So you love health and fitness, which I think is so obvious. And I, you know, from the time that I've known you, I definitely know that you love health and fitness. So what makes you have such a passion for it?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, I just think I grew up, I wasn't allowed to play sports. So I never knew what competitive sports was like, team sports. So you know, at a very young age, I learned to work out because all my friends were able to play sports and I wasn't. So I just started doing, you know, back then it was in the 80s, I did aerobics with, oh gosh, what are those things you wore on your knees, up to those warmers, leg warmers. I wore leg warmers and leotards, and I did aerobics and step aerobics and all those crazy things. And I had to pay my way through college, and one of the ways that I did was I waitressed and I taught fitness classes. And so back then you didn't have to be certified, so I wasn't certified, shouldn't have been teaching classes, couldn't have done CPR on a student if I needed to, but I did it as a way to make money so that I could go to college, and I just fell in love with it, and it really grew my confidence because I didn't have any. And so even though I wasn't good at a team sport or didn't have any of that, I felt like, gosh, if I could be physically in shape and work out, for some reason mentally it really helped me. So I just grew, I had this forever passion around fitness. I started running at a young age, and I've never been I'm not someone that wins awards because I'm such a fast runner, but I've run a lot of half marathons, 9 full marathons. I've done a lot of great things, 2 trail marathons. I've done a lot of great things, and even though I'm not the fastest, it's just such a great feeling of accomplishment that I've been able to do these things. And so the passion just grew for me, and to the point where people would always ask me for fitness advice, for health advice. And when I realized I could earn an income doing what I loved more than anything in the world, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, that just sounds too good to be true, that I could make money teaching people about health and wellness and fitness. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 7 years, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. So please share a little bit more about some of your favorite health and fitness techniques.
Gosh, that's great. So, when I was a young mom, so you and I share this in common, I had 4 children within a 7-year time frame. And the only way I could work out back in those early years was to go running before my husband left for work in the morning. And so I just did what I had to do. I knew I needed it mentally for myself, physically, of course, but I knew mentally if I got a workout in, I'd be a better mom that day. I'd have more patience with my kids. I just knew I would be better. So I figured it out early on. But as I grew older, I realized that you really need to mix things up and be more balanced with fitness. And so I used to run 6-7 days a week. Now, I'm 51. I run 2 to 3 days a week, but now I balance it out with weight training. I do weight training 3 times a week and yoga, because yoga is so good for me, not only physically for stretching and healing of all of my muscles and all of my pounding from weight training and running, but also mentally it's so good. So now I do a nice variety, and that's really what I teach people now. And I teach people to find what you love. A lot of people will say to me, I hate running. And I'm like, well, then don't do it. And they're like, what? And they're so shocked by my answer. I'm like, you should only do the things that bring you joy. If taking your dog for a walk in this beautiful fall weather is something you enjoy, or playing outside with your kids is something you enjoy, or dancing is something you enjoy, or swimming, whatever that is for you, that's what you need to be doing. I've always enjoyed, now I don't enjoy doing anything solo. I'm definitely more of a friend person. I like to run with friends. I like to take yoga classes with friends. Anything I do, I like to have other people around me. But some people love that quiet time, and they love, whatever it is, they love to do all by themselves. It doesn't matter what you enjoy, if you enjoy doing it by yourself or with a group. It just matters that you enjoy it. Find something that you enjoy and be consistent with it, because if you want good results from anything, whether it's fitness, health-related, anything, you have to find something that you will continue to do, and you'll be consistent with it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It makes perfect sense. And I'll tell you that I did not realize that, it was, as you mentioned, as we get older, we need to have a balance. Because I used to exercise a lot more frequently, of course, when I was younger, and I was a runner and all of that too. And then as I got older, a couple of my friends were like, oh, you should come and let's do yoga. And I'll tell you that I have a whole new respect for yoga, because I did not realize just how much, I love the fact that you mentioned as far as the physical and the healing and then the stretching, because I was like, okay, of course, when you think of yoga, my thought was, okay, there's going to be a whole bunch of stretching and breathing, and I didn't know if I was going to like it. Well, I loved it, and then, of course, as you mentioned, just having that variety and having the weight training and just doing what you love. And so I am at that point now, is really just trying to incorporate all the things that I love, whether it's Zumba, whether it's yoga, whether it's, doing the elliptical, running the track, whatever it is, as you mentioned, I love that. Yeah. And I think more people need to understand that, it's whatever you love, because oftentimes we think of, working out and exercising, we don't want to do it. So as you mentioned, if you just do what you love and be consistent, then, you're definitely on your way there. So,
yeah, and I'll have people say to me, I'm not active. I don't like exercise. And I'm like, you can find something that you'll enjoy. And it might be taking 10 different classes, going to 10 different places to figure it out, but there is something you will enjoy. It might be tennis. It might be racquetball. Whatever it is, just keep going and trying new things. It might be hiking. Whatever it is, as long as it's activity, it is good for you. And you just have to find something. You don't want to exercise to punish yourself. You want to exercise because you're able to. It's a very different way to look at it. I just look at it like, thank you, God, that I'm able to move my body and I'm able to, do these different activities that I enjoy. I don't look at it as torture or punishment.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I mentioned, you are also a Pilates and group fitness instructor, and I think it's so awesome and great how you've built a team of over 40,000 clients. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so the clients that I've built are more health and wellness related through nutrition. So my clients are people that come to me for all natural weight loss, people that are looking for energy, people that do work out. So whatever it is, it may be things any kind of physical workouts that they want support maybe for pre, during, or post-workout recovery or healthy aging. So that's where my over 40,000 clients come from. I got certified. I've had several different certifications. Right now, I'm actually not teaching anything, but I keep all my certifications up. I'm certified in Pilates and in spin. I'm a group fitness certification. I've got several different certifications. I'm going through bar certification right now because I'm always learning. I'm a student forever, and so I always want to learn different things. And I've just discovered that I love being a student of exercise. Like, I love going and taking classes. I love to have the knowledge to be able to teach, and I substitute teach, and I will fill in for people and help out whenever possible. But yeah, right now I'm not teaching any fitness classes, but I am coaching a whole lot of people to better health.
I love that, coaching people to better health. And so, as you mentioned, you love being able to help everyone to live healthier lives. What are some more of the things that you're doing to truly help with that? So I know you mentioned coaching. What does that really entail?
Yeah, great question. So I have one-on-one time where I coach people individually. So I have a lot of people that, maybe need a little more hand-holding during their journey. Maybe they need a little more one-on-one coaching, mindset coaching. So I'm also certified in mindset coaching, where I'm able to get to the heart of, maybe why someone has allowed themselves to get so unhealthy, and maybe they're struggling. And, my experience and my mindset coaching will help me really ask good questions to get to the heart of, why they are where they are, and really help them break through so that they can get to a much better, healthier place. So I do a lot with that. We have a Facebook group that's fabulous. I do have over 40,000 people in a Facebook group where we give people ideas on healthy snacks, healthy meals, working out, all kinds of things that I coach people there. So some people are more one-on-one, some people are more group coaching. We have groups that we do where we might do 30 days to a healthier you before the holidays. Of course, after the holidays, we always have January groups where we get people, helping them reach their New Year's resolution health goals. So I've always got things going on, and really I cater to each individual person so that I can really help tailor what I do to help them reach their goals, if that makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I love the fact that you said that you do the mindset coaching, because I definitely think that before we can, even commit to, just living a better life and overall just improving our wellness, you really have to, change your mindset. So I absolutely love that. And so you also help moms stay at home with families. Tell us more about that.
Right. So I partnered with a health and wellness company a little over 7 years ago, and our number one thing that we do is help people get healthy. And there's a lot of people, like we're almost to 42,000 clients now, and of those clients, 85% of them, I would say, are simply using our products and achieving their own health goals. So it might be, like I said earlier, weight loss. It might be energy, healthy aging. Any of those goals would be, solutions that we help people with. But then about 15% of the people that I help, they share with other people like I do. They want to be health and wellness coaches like me. So for those people, I mentor them and I teach them what I do. And so it's been so rewarding to me because I've been blessed to be able to stay home with our 4 kids. And, I've watched so many of my friends and people I know that maybe weren't so lucky and they weren't able to get their kids on the bus and off the bus. And, I had a daughter that I had to take her to speech therapy and occupational therapy a couple times a week, a half hour each way, away from home, and take her out of school. And, I was so lucky that I was able to do these things. And so I love helping people get healthy, but more than anything in the world, I love helping people be able to stay home if that's their desire. So I've had a lot of moms that I work with that that's their desire, is they want to be stay-at-home moms. And so I get to work and I train and mentor them how to do what I do. And it's the most rewarding thing in the world, Jaresha, because I get to be, to play a very small role in helping other people get healthy, helping other people teach people how to get healthy, and it's just so fulfilling. So I really feel like I'm living out, my purpose and my calling in life, and I go to sleep fulfilled. I wake up so excited, and, I talk to people all day long, and I just get so wrapped up in what I do that it doesn't even feel like work. It's just such an honor, joy, and privilege to be able to do what I do.
Absolutely. How awesome is that? I think that is, like you mentioned, it's truly a blessing to be, able to, help people, and work in something that you really love, that's truly your passion, from day to day, and know that it's truly not just rewarding for them, but it's rewarding for you as well. So what would you say has been your biggest challenge to date?
Oh, boy. Gosh, I would say overcoming all of my childhood obstacles was my biggest challenge. To know me today, I mean, you and I have met, and I'm so happy and positive, and, I live such a joyful life now, but boy, I've had to overcome a whole lot. And when, I was to dinner with a client of mine tonight, and we've gotten to deep discussion, and she could not believe what I was telling her that I've had to overcome. And it just opened this whole can of worms. And so it's been a lot of work on my part, but what's so cool is that, I've realized that I've gone through a whole lot in my younger years, but all of that, it has made me the mom I am today. It's made me the wife I am, the friend I am, the leader I am, the person I am today. So I have absolutely no regrets, but challenging, yes, because even though I'm a faith-filled person and I've gone through all kinds of, personal development and forgiveness and all of those things, even recently I've realized I still have another layer of healing that I need to go through, and I'm going to a conference next week in LA so that I can really be completely healed. So I live a life of always looking to better myself so that I can, show up better for all the people that I love and that I serve.
Absolutely. I think it's amazing that, you just mentioned that you're continue to be on that growth journey, because we realize that growth is not something that happens automatic. And, by you attending conferences and, really making sure you're focused on, doing what you need to do for yourself as far as your own personal growth, I think that's absolutely amazing. So what has been your greatest accomplishment then?
Well, playing a small role in people's health journey is so huge to me. I mean, I've had local people that live close to me lose 100 pounds. And, just playing a small role in that is so huge. So that's been wonderful for me, helping people, pay off student loan debt, get out of debt financially. That's been so huge for me. But I probably would have to say the thing that is most exciting to me is that my family is in my business now, and my husband is almost full-time with me. My oldest is my only boy, and he does my business with me now. And watching the difference that he is making in young people's lives, oh, my gosh, I cry so easily. He has this young boy he's mentoring right now, and seeing what he is doing in this young 22-year-old's life is so overwhelming to me. I just cry thinking about it. Mm-hmm. So knowing that my decision to partner with a health and wellness company, the lives that have been changed from this, it is just so rewarding and so fulfilling. And I just feel every day, my husband will, he works with me probably 60, 70% of the time. And when he does go into his office, he'll come home, and the first thing he says is, "Anything exciting happened today?" He walks in the door, "Anything exciting happened today?" Because in my world, almost daily, something exciting happens. So it's just such a gift.
Isn't that awesome? I love that. I love the fact that,
Yeah.
your family is actually, working with you in the business. Absolutely love that. And the fact that every day is different. So it's, yes, it's going to be exciting. And I'm sure, the stories that you hear of people and, that's on their wellness journey and all of that, I can just only imagine, how exciting it is for you. So what would you say a day in the life of Cyndi looks like?
You want me to run through my schedule?
Absolutely. If you, yeah, you could definitely share.
Okay, so like I get up in the morning without an alarm, and I'm an early riser. I go to sleep early, and I'm an early riser. And this girl loves a cup of good organic coffee, so I get a cup of coffee. I go into my office, and that's my quiet time. That's my prayer, reflection time, my gratitude time. I write down things I'm grateful for. If I'm in a Bible study, I'll do my work. So that's my kind of my quiet morning before anyone starts. I only have one at home now, or one child at home now. So it's pretty quiet in the morning. And then I'll be on my computer for a little bit. Then I get up and I work out. And then I'm on with my day. And so I'm very organized. I kind of have a boring schedule of doing the same things every day. I'm very structured. Even when I travel, I just went on a beautiful incentive trip I earned, and people were so shocked I still did the same things on vacation. I'm like, I still get up and I work out, and I still do the same things every day because there's a success that says success is boring. And, to some degree, it's true. I do the same tasks day in and day out. I check in on customers to see how they're doing. I reach out and mentor my business builders to see who I can help. And then I'm always looking for new clients that I could help. And those are three things that are non-negotiables that I do every single day for my work. And then I'm, present with my family when I'm with my family, and I take care of myself. And, that's what I do over and over again every single day. I call it income-producing activities are non-negotiable. There are certain things that just happen every single day, no matter where I am, where I'm traveling, what I'm doing. They're just non-negotiables, and they happen every single day.
Absolutely. So today the empowerment quote was, "Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending," by Maria Robinson. Please share what this quote means to you.
That quote is my life. I'm not kidding. It's like when you shared that with me, I'm like, that is so me. Most people, not most people, but there's a lot of people that I work with that are so stuck in their past and what happened to them. And Tony Robbins will always say, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And I see so many people, in midlife, later in life, that are still stuck in their life because of their past. And, what I live to do is teach people that, what happened, to you, whether you had control over it or not, does not dictate the story of your life and how it needs to go from here on out. You can make a decision at any point in your life that, you know what, this isn't me. This is not my story. This may be where I came from, what I went through. This might have happened to me, but right now I decide that I am no longer going to live in that story, in that dark place, and I can create my future. I can create my present. I can be fully who I want to be and do what I want to do. And it's so much more in our control than people think. And I love that because, that's my story. I got to the point where I decided, you know what, I want to have a happy family. I've been married. I've been with my husband for almost 30 years now, married for 27. We have 4 kids. I decided that I was not going to live the life that I was brought into. I was going to have a happy family. I was going to be joyful and happy, and I was going to change my outcome, and I changed my story. I changed what I told myself, and I just feel like if I can do this, anyone can, because I'm sure there's people that have stories much more horrendous than myself. Mine's not the worst story you've ever heard, for sure, but I did have to make some decisions and make some changes, and it was amazing to me the power that I had. I didn't think I had it, but when I realized, my gosh, if I just make a decision to change the way I think about things, to change my words, the things that I speak and I say and I think about, the power that has, it's mind-blowing. So I really try to teach everyone that you have a choice in your future. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like, you know, you are in a place where you don't have control because of circumstances that have been out of your control, at any time you can make a decision to change. And watch out, world, because it is so amazing what you can do when you set your mind on it.
Absolutely. I love that. I love it. So what is the best advice you have ever received, and who gave it to you?
Best advice I've ever received. Oh, you know, advice I've received, and, you know, I didn't have a lot of people speaking things into me. It's stuff that I've read and learned. So it's not like I had people saying to me when I was a young child, oh, you're going to be such a successful person. And, you know, I didn't have people pouring into me. So much of what I've learned was through reading, listening to podcasts and things like that. And I learned, you know, years ago that if you do what you love to do, feel like work. And that was such great advice to me at a young age, because I realized that if you're working in your areas of strength, and I'm not a numbers person, so if I was doing accountant work, or, you know, and trust me, I love my accountant, and I'm so grateful that I have people that are going to bat for me and working on all the numbers. My husband does all of my payroll and taxes and all that. That is not my gifting. So if I were to do that for a living, I would be so unsatisfied and unfulfilled. People that do that for a living, that's their gifting, that's their passion. So when you feel that you have found what really you're passionate about, what you love to do that, because then it never feels like work. And I actually, when I had a big recognition in my company, and I was recognized, they wrote an article on me, and that was what the article said: when you do what you love, you will never feel like you're working.
I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what is one piece of advice you would give our listeners on how they can empower their own growth and success journey?
Well, the first thing I would say is just make that decision. Make that decision that growth is non-negotiable. And, you know, you'll hear people say, you know, I follow a lot of very successful people, and I listen to what they say. And, you know, if you look at, like, Brendan Burchard has a beautiful book I've read, Tony Robbins, all these people who interviewed successful millionaires, billionaires, they all have some things in common, and growth is not optional for these people. They develop really great daily habits, and growth and progress is the thing that they focus on. So I would say, you know, my best advice would be to make it emotional. How are you making it? Every day I'm getting ready, and I'm in my bathroom, and I'm getting ready, kind of quiet time. I just put on a podcast. My YouTube video, or
Cyndi.
Yes.
Can you repeat that?
Oh,
it was
sure.
A little choppy. I'm sorry about that. It was a little choppy.
Oh.
If you could repeat it.
Oh, no problem. So, you know, every day when I'm getting ready in the morning, I that's kind of like quiet time. I have nothing else going on. So I'm listening to a book on audio. I'm listening to a podcast. I might have a YouTube video on. I may not be able to watch it while I'm getting ready, but I'm listening to it. So when you make the decision that growth is non-negotiable and it's going to be a part of your everyday life, then you just figure out when you can fit that into your day. So some of you may have full-time jobs. You may commute. You may need to listen to something on your way to work, on your way home from work. No matter what it is, you have to schedule it in like it is a meeting, a very, very important meeting, and you don't let yourself down on this. And so for me, personal development and growth and all of the stuff I've done has really developed my mindset to be one that, you know, I have bad days. I have things that go wrong. I might get, I actually had a nasty letter come in the mail one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. And it could have, years ago it might have taken me out of the game for a week, maybe even a month. And I read this letter, and I was like, you know what? I feel so sorry for the person who wrote this letter, because they are clearly so unhappy in their own life that they're attacking me for my positivity and for the work that I'm doing. And so, I've grown so much myself that I don't let anything deter me from impacting other people and making a difference in this world. Even something like that, I don't let anything deter me, because I'm so focused on my growth and on helping other people and impacting other people that I can get through these distractions and these bumps in the roads without being scarred from it.
Yes, absolutely. So please share with the listeners what is coming up on the horizon for you.
Oh, gosh. So I'm fortunate that I get to do a lot of meetings and trainings and mentoring of people. So I've got, in Ohio, I've got a big meeting coming up in November. I travel and I go to different seminars. I don't know if you're a fan of Rachel Hollis, Girl Wash Your Face. I'm going to her conference. So I do a lot within my industry and within my company, but I do a lot outside of it too, because for me, like, that growth piece is so huge that I'm always working to grow myself, because I feel like if I keep working on me, I'm going to show up better for my family, and I'm going to show up better as a health coach, a mindset coach, in my health and wellness journey. I'll be a better leader in my business. So I'm always doing things like that. So, I live by the Zig Ziglar quote: if you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. So my goal is just to keep impacting people. How can I help you? Whether it's, simply I have a client that wants to lose 10 sticky pounds, to I have a mom that wants to stay home with her babies. Whatever it is, that's my goal. The more people I can help, I achieve my goals based on how many people I can impact and help.
Absolutely. Cyndi, thank you so much for sharing your amazing story and journey. Please take the time to share with the listeners on how they can stay connected with you and support your efforts.
Absolutely. So you can visit my website. It's www.cindywalter.com. My name's spelled a little different. It's CYNDIWALTER. And there, the first screen you see, a pop-up comes up. You can get a free guide, a healthy living guide. If you plug in your email address, it'll be emailed directly to you. If you're not interested in that, you can just simply schedule a free 15-minute consultation, and you'll see everything on my website that I'm able to help you with, all of your health goals, mindset goals. And if you're interested in a free 15-minute call, I'd love to hop on a phone call with you, find out what needs you have, how could I possibly help you, and I'd love to help you on your journey. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, Isa Cyndi on Instagram and LinkedIn. So I'm all over. I'll give you all the links, Jaresha.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for sharing your story and your journey and just giving me the opportunity to interview you on my show. I wish you much success and blessings as you continue on your journey. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You're just a delight. I'm so thrilled that our paths have crossed, and thank you. What a great honor this was tonight.
Absolutely. So, listeners, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show with our special guest, Cyndi Walter. Cyndi shared her amazing story and journey to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. And she also shared that it's very important to make that decision that growth is non-negotiable and growth is going to be a part of your everyday life. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, starting your own radio show, or low-cost advertising highlighting your book, business, or events, please email envisionb@empoweronpurpose.com. Please tune in next week where you will hear an amazing story and journey from another leader, influencer, and motivator. Until next time, be blessed.
Thank Thank you for listening to the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journeys in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to be your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit EmPowerOnPurpose.com. And remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.